Jim, do you feel that second half performance merited a point?
I do. I think in the second half we obviously changed things at half time tactically, and that allowed us to go and impose ourselves on Hibs a little bit higher up the pitch. The first half we've played the way that we've played for the majority of the season in terms of that 3-4-3 low block. Trying to frustrate the opposition and then trying to hit them on the counter attack. We had 3 or 4 opportunities to do that in the first half, and Glenn Middleton done well in some 1v1s and got into some good areas and created 1 or 2 half chances. But I can't argue the fact that Hibs were the better team in the first 45 minutes. They had too much possession as far as we were concerned, but I have to say, for all that possession, out with the goal, they had no other attempts on target. So the players in front of Jack were doing a lot right defensively. We just didn't do enough on the ball. The second half, I thought we were a lot better. We played a lot better on Wednesday night against Motherwell than what we did here today, and took nothing on the night. Today we haven't played so well. We understand that, we're an honest group, but it's another really valuable point on the road, and great character and great team spirit shown again.
How important is it as a manager to have that ability to make impactful tweaks during games?
Yeah, something that we have spoke about all season, and something that the players are very aware of. We work on it in training. At any given moment we have to be able to adapt, and we have got good flexibility within the group. We know how demanding this week has been on the squad, and hence why obviously likes of Trapanovsky, we don't start him today because we know he's just not long back from an injury. He's played a significant part against Aberdeen and then again against Motherwell, and we felt it was the right decision to not start him in the game today, and we always knew he'd have to come off the bench to make an impact at some point, but unfortunately he comes on and doesn't last more than 5 minutes, and that's a real disappointment, because the last thing we need is now another injury, given the fact that we've already got 4 key players in Graham, Moult, Docherty and Sibbald sitting on the sideline. So this week has been a real tough week for us. Up at Aberdeen we deserve nothing. Against Motherwell we should never have lost the game, and here today I think we put enough into the second half to merit a point.
Pleased with Richard Odada's contribution as well, because that's probably the longest time that he's had on the park since he's come to the club.
Yeah, really pleased with all the substitutions, to be honest. Richard went in there, gave us a bit more physicality in the centre of the pitch, showed good aggression, done well on the ball. The whole thing with us since Richard has came to the club is about trying to speed his game up a little bit. He won't get the time and space on the ball in Scotland like he would have been used to at other clubs. But I thought he made a real positive impact. I thought Jort van der Sande as well, when he went up top with Sam Dalby, I thought they caused them, the Hibs backline, a lot of problems as well. So I think over the whole piece, I think we deserved the point.
What composure that was from Sam Dalby, sticking that away with just 2 minutes to go, and the full stadium jeering him as well. But I'm sure you didn't have any doubts that he was going to convert it.
Yeah, look, we've got a few players there who were on the park at the time, who were all desperate to step up and take it, which I think shows you again the type of characters that we've got within the ranks. But Sam Dalby has been our designated penalty taker, and delighted that he put it away with real good composure, and was very confidently taking penalty.
We speak about character a lot, especially this season, but how do you go about instilling that within a group? Is that something that you create with culture?
Yes, all the time. I think it's got to be driven by myself and the backroom team, and then you've obviously need the senior players in the group to drive that as well. And we've got great leaders within the group, the likes of Gallagher and Babunski and Docherty and Kevin Holt, Louis Moult, real good senior players who are constantly driving the younger players on and maintaining those high standards that we want to see in training every day. I think we've shown great resilience in the last 11 league games. Our character has been called into question at times, and the boys have stood up to everything that's been asked of them. It's not the first time this season that we've had to come from behind to take something from the game. 3-1 down at Rugby Park, 2-1 down at home to Hibs last time out, and here today 1-0 down. Really, really positive signs from this group. The team spirit and the character that's within it that can take you a long way. We know we can play a lot better. Really grateful to the supporters again, turned out in big numbers. We didn't give them enough to cheer about in the first half, but in the second half I felt we did, and I'm glad that we were able to stop the rot as well, having lost the last 2 league games.
That's obviously the first round of fixtures finished, played 11 games, albeit we've not played against Celtic yet, but do you feel we're still ahead of where we should be given the fact that we've just come out of the Championship?
I think most people would, a bit of common sense would say that the start we've had is really, really positive. A newly promoted team, 13 new players brought in the summer. They've all gelled together so quickly. Again, that's credit to the players who have been here and also credit to the staff for helping those guys settle into our way of doing things as positively as what they have done. But after the point today, we jumped back up into fourth in the table, albeit on goal difference. I think all the games that we've been involved in, apart from the Aberdeen game where I felt they were a lot better than us on the day, I think there hasn't been a great deal between any of the other oppositions that we faced. We know where Celtic are at, okay? We know on the day if Celtic click, then they're the best team in the country, but we shouldn't fear playing anyone else. And I'm delighted with the start that we've made. I think if most Dundee United supporters were told that we'd be sitting fourth in the table after the first 11 games, I'm pretty sure everybody would have snapped a hand off you for that.
Just finally looking ahead to next week, you've got a full week to prepare for that Ross County game. That'll no doubt be beneficial after the last 8 days or so. Yeah,
I think the recovery now is going to be really important over the next 48 hours. We've asked a lot of the group this week with the 3 games in such a short space of time. We have got that full week now to prepare for Ross County, which is going to be another difficult game. It wasn't easy the last time we played them up there. To lose the 3 points in the manner that we did in the 95th minute was extremely disappointing. But I watched them yesterday. I went to Paisley to see them against St Mirren, and I thought they played really well at times. So we don't underestimate them, but the fact that we don't have a midweek game this next week is really important to us, and we'll try and freshen things up a little bit going into that game.